Some secrets stay buried because everyone agrees to protect them. Others stay buried because the wrong person hasn't spoken yet. And inside royal life, silence is never accidental. For years, Sarah Ferguson, Fergie, never publicly corrected one particular story. She didn't deny it, mock it, or shut it down. In royal terms, that kind of silence often means something is being managed, not erased. The story involved a private yacht, Prince Andrew, and a woman who would later become a duchess. A few secluded days away from public view, followed by an alleged fallout that, if true, could have changed everything before it ever became public. Sarah Ferguson understood Prince Andrew's world better than most. She knew his social habits, the environments he favored, and how uncomfortable situations were quietly handled behind palace walls. So when Meghan Markle entered royal life years later, this wasn't, reportedly, a shocking rumor to Fergie. It was an old one that had simply never resurfaced. Years later, Meghan would describe her first meeting with Prince Andrew as lighthearted, even claiming she didn't recognize him at first. To the public, it sounded harmless. To those familiar with royal hierarchy, it raised questions. Andrew was never an obscure figure, and critics argue that distancing language is often used when prior familiarity becomes inconvenient. According to long-circulating but unverified accounts shared privately over the years, Meghan and Prince Andrew may have crossed paths as early as 2002 aboard a private yacht near the south of France. The vessel, according to these claims, wasn't crowded. Everyone on board allegedly knew who was present. An anonymous eyewitness account, passed on secondhand, claims that once Andrew arrived, attention shifted quickly. Meghan was reportedly seen spending extended time beside him, and later, the two allegedly withdrew from the rest of the group. According to the same account, this wasn't brief. It lasted several days. No photographs, no official records, just memory. What allegedly followed is where the story becomes more serious. According to the claim, contact didn't end when the yacht returned to shore. There were attempts at continued communication. Then silence. Andrew returned to London, messages allegedly went unanswered, and eventually contact was cut off entirely. Inside royal systems, distance is often how problems disappear. But the urgency behind those attempts is what matters. The allegation suggests Meghan believed she had something important to communicate, something that, if true, would have had enormous personal and institutional consequences. The claim is that she believed she was pregnant. There is no proof, no documentation, and no public confirmation. But even the suggestion of such a scenario would explain the abrupt severing of contact and the decades-long silence that followed. Years passed. Lives moved on, until Meghan re-entered the royal world through a different door. That's when old proximity allegedly became dangerous again. Royal families manage pressure strategically, and insiders have long suggested that Meghan occupies a uniquely exposed position, connected to royal narrative but no longer protected by it. She lacks bloodline immunity and institutional shielding. Prince William's position is secure, King Charles is cautious, Prince Andrew's past has often relied on others absorbing the fallout, which makes Meghan, critics argue, the safest pressure valve. Sarah Ferguson understands this dynamic perfectly. She survived scandal by staying quiet, staying useful, and staying within the system. Meghan, however, is often seen as someone who assumed the rules would always bend in her favor. And when she chose distance over diplomacy, she may have activated people who remembered things better left unspoken. Because when someone with memory, motive, and nothing left to lose stops protecting silence, secrets don't disappear. They resurface. And once they do, the story is no longer about rumors or yachts. It becomes about who knew, who stayed silent, and why. And that is the kind of truth the royal family has always feared most.